He was the kind of man nobody noticed. Quiet voice, tired eyes, awkward posture, the type of person people interrupt without apologizing. He lived the same routine every single day, like his entire existence had already been decided for him years ago. Wake up early, go to work, come home exhausted, force a smile around family, then repeat it all again tomorrow. People looked at him and saw someone harmless, predictable, forgettable. But what nobody understood was that some people don't break loudly. Some people break in silence for years, until one day they become something else entirely. At first, the signs were small. He started disappearing more often. He became colder, more distant, almost distracted, like his mind was constantly somewhere else. The strange part wasn't that he changed. It was how fast he changed. A man who once avoided confrontation suddenly became terrifyingly calm under pressure. A man who used to follow every rule started making decisions that destroyed lives without even blinking. And somehow, the more dangerous things became around him, the more alive he seemed. That's when the people closest to him started realizing they didn't actually know him at all. What makes this story disturbing isn't the violence, it's the transformation. Imagine watching someone go from being completely invisible to becoming the person everyone fears entering a room. He didn't look powerful. He didn't act like a criminal at first. In fact, if you saw him walking down the street, you'd probably trust him instantly. That's what made him dangerous. He understood chemistry, precision, reactions, timing. He understood how small changes could create massive consequences. And eventually, he started applying that idea to people too. The money changed things. Or maybe it simply revealed who he always was underneath. At some point, it stopped being about survival. That's the terrifying part most people miss. In the beginning, you could almost justify his actions. You could tell yourself he had no choice. Sick man, family problems, desperate situation. But slowly, almost invisibly, desperation turned into pride. Control became addictive, fear became power. And once he realized people were finally respecting him, he couldn't let it go anymore. There's one moment in this story that completely changes how you see him. Someone close to him questions his safety, terrified that dangerous people might hurt him. And instead of acting scared, he calmly explains that he isn't trapped with danger, he is the danger. That single moment reveals everything. The quiet man from the beginning is gone, replaced by someone who genuinely believes he's untouchable. Someone who built an empire not just because he needed money, but because he wanted to feel important for the first time in his life. And the craziest part is how long he managed to hide in plain sight. Double life after double life. Lies stacked on top of lies. Every episode of his existence becoming harder to maintain. His family noticing strange behavior. His partner becoming terrified of him. His enemies underestimating him because of how ordinary he looked. But that ordinary appearance became his greatest weapon. Nobody expects the monster to arrive wearing glasses and speaking politely. What really pulls people into this character isn't just intelligence. It's the uncomfortable feeling that his transformation almost makes sense. That under enough pressure, enough humiliation, enough wasted years, maybe anyone could slowly become unrecognizable. He wasn't born a kingpin. He wasn't raised as a villain. He became one choice at a time, one compromise at a time, one excuse at a time. And by the time he realized what he had turned into, there was no way back. Even near the end, there are moments where you almost feel sorry for him again. That's what makes him so difficult to forget. He's not purely evil. He's pride, rage, fear, ego, intelligence, regret, and desperation mixed together into one person constantly trying to justify himself. Sometimes he looks like a genius. Sometimes he looks pathetic. Sometimes both at the same time. And somehow, even after everything he's done, he still wants the world to remember him as the man who did it for his family. But deep down, even he eventually admits the truth. He didn't do it for them. He did it because it made him feel alive. Now think about it. You've definitely seen this character before, but do you actually recognize who he is?
You knew him, didn't you?